I am Heather Briggs of My So Quilty Life. Welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you're joining me today. Today I'm talking all about Spring at Granny's, a quilt-along I have been hosting since March. This 10-week quilt-along is about to come to an end, but before I put all my blocks into my quilt, I thought it would be so fun to do a block flip through and show you all my blocks and talk about Spring at Granny's. I thought that would be such a fun video for you. So I'm so excited you're watching, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, now before I dive into showing you all of the beautiful blocks, I wanted to share a quilt that inspired all of these Granny quilt-alongs. We have Spring at Granny's and Christmas at Granny's, but those all came from my quilt called Granny's Heart. So this is a quilt that I designed with my Cottage Charm collection. Cottage Charm is available in quilt shops now, so if you want to make this quilt just like this, be sure to head over to your favorite quilt shop and pick up the Cottage Charm collection. Now I will link this pattern in the description. This is called Granny's Heart. It is a granny square quilt block with a heart in it. Now this quilt is inspired by my granny, who was an avid crocheter. Is that even a word? Do we call it crochetist? Crocheter? I don't know, but when you quilt, you're a quilter, right? Or I guess a piecer, unless you quilt. Anyway, that's a tangent and a story for another time. But I always remember seeing her Afghans that she had crocheted. See, I am not a crocheter, so I don't know all the terminology, but all the Afghans she would make would be on the back of her sofa, and I just remember they were always the granny square pattern, and I mean, just so beautiful, so bright and bold with those browns, kind of like the colors of the 70s and 80s, the browns, the oranges, the yellows, the reds, just bright colors. And I really wanted to design a quilt inspired by her. Now, I didn't make mine in bold colors. I used my preferred colors, which are the soft pastel colors, but I just couldn't help it when I wanted to design a granny square pattern. I had to call it Granny's Hearts. Now, I was also looking to do something different. There are a ton of granny square blocks out there, and so I love hearts. If you know me, you know I love hearts and I love heart quilts, all those cute little things. I thought, what if I put a heart inside the granny square? So that's what I did here. This is the quilt. I'll show it, but these are the pillows. This is a smaller version. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a smaller version. This is just a block from the quilt. Again, I will link this pattern below so you can check it out, but it is just 16 granny square blocks set in a traditional setting with a border. So here is that quilt. Is it upside down? No, we're good. It's not upside down. That would be my luck. Everything would be upside down. So here's the quilt. I'm not going to be able to fully show it, but I just think it is so beautiful, and I love that it is truly inspired by my granny and her love for Granny Square, and it just made sense because it's called a Granny Square block to name it after my granny. So as I was working on this quilt, making my sample for Quilt Market, I was sewing up these blocks, and I was thinking how cool it would be if I made a Christmas version, but instead of a heart in the middle, put like a Christmas tree or a candy cane or something. And that's what sparked the idea for my last quilt along for Christmas at Granny's. Now I know some of you might have joined in on that. That was such a fun sew along. I believed it was in August through November, I want to say, of last year, and I have the quilt here. I just need to bind it. But I thought, how cool would that be if we did different Christmas themed blocks inside of the granny square? I hadn't seen that anywhere, as well as I hadn't seen the heart inside the granny square yet. So I was like, I'm onto something. Let's do it. It's going to be cute. So we got through the quilt along. It was so much fun. Christmas at Granny's included the blocks, a finishing, and it included some fun cookie recipes, which were so good. And you got a bonus pattern with that to make pot holders, which I thought were so fitting for the season. So you'll have to check that video out. I have a video on my YouTube channel, which I'll link below, showing you how to turn a block into a pot holder, which made a great Christmas gift. But I thought I would show you this. I still need to put my binding on it, but this may look familiar. I don't know if I've ever showed it on my YouTube channel yet with it finished, because I do have to put the binding on, and I thought I would do this big old video, and I did a block flip through and never released it. I'm so bad about that. But here is, let's see, it should be good. Here is what inspired Spring at Granny's. This is Christmas at Granny's. So cute. You have these cute trees, you have presents, you have gingerbread men, you have so many cute themed blocks. Now this is actually still available. It's no longer like a quilt-along or anything ran with prizes, but you can still pick this pattern up in my shop. I will link it below, and you can make it on your own time. Now, you guys really enjoyed this quilt along, and all of you were like, can you please do more? So I decided in the beginning of the year that we had to do my favorite ever season and make a spring at Granny's quilt along, which is what I'm going to show you the blocks for today. And if you're joining in on that, it's been so much fun to make all these super cute spring blocks, and I've just enjoyed the fabric I'm working with. So I thought I'd go ahead and just start diving into spring at Granny's. Also, if you're interested in spring at Granny's, I'll also link the pattern below, because it is a quilt along, but it's also just going to be a pattern over on my website for you if you didn't join the quilt along, so no worries there. Before I do that, if you remember, I had a poll on my blog when I first announced Spring at Granny's back in February or March. I had a poll on my blog because I was so indecisive about which fabrics I wanted to use. Did I want to use Cottage Charm because those are my colors? But I already had a Granny Square quilt in Cottage Charm, so I didn't think that would work well. I also put up, I believe, Ella and Ollie by Fig Tree, and then I put up Tilda's Creating Memories Spring. And there was an overwhelming response that I should make my quilt in the Tilda's fabric. So this is the fabric. I just thought I'd show it really quick. So this is the fabric I use. So beautiful. I'm sure this video does not even do it justice. You have so many dainty little prints, as well as some basic prints that aren't solids, like stripes and polka dots and different things like that. So this is what I use, and what I love most about this is it got me out of my shell. I am so stuck in using all of my cute little pastel colors, and I don't really have time to sew with many other collections, so it was so great that you guys voted on this because I had so much fun. It was so different for me, and I really enjoyed pairing together fabrics that I would have never chose for a block ever. But what I did for my quilt is I used most of these, I used all of them, but I kind of alternated, and I included some Matilda chambray fabrics that were like the softer colors that matched the Creating Memories spring bundle. So what I did in each block, I had, and I'll show you what I mean, but I had one very dainty print as the Granny Square and then one chambray, and I alternated which was the middle print and which was the outer print. And then for the middle blocks, the spring inspired blocks, I just used a mix of all of these in it, and it turned out so good. I will link this below so you can check this out if you've never heard of the Creating Memories collection. This is my first ever time working with Tilda, and I really loved how she has a lot of different types of fabric. It was almost, I was working with the chambray, I was working with the quilter's cotton, and then it's almost like not a linen, but like a thinner cotton. Maybe I'd say like a woven, maybe. I don't know. I've never even sewed with woven, so maybe it was a woven, but this was so beautiful. Again, I'll link that, and I will link the chambray for you to check out as well. Now I thought I would go ahead and show you my blocks and talk through them. Okay, so for this quilt along, you also got fun recipes. Now, instead of the cookie recipes, which I loved so much for Christmas at Granny's, I thought that was so fitting. We did a bunch of spring recipes. I had banana pudding, I had strawberry cake, I had brownies, I had little nest cookies, oh my goodness, what else? Lemon bars, carrot cake, especially with the little bunnies. So that was so fun to try to coordinate, you know, what type of dessert for, like, and see if it matched the block. Like the bunny had the carrot cake and the birdhouse had the nest or the bird. I can't remember. I tried to make really good recipes work with the blocks. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you my beautiful blocks. They're so pretty. So our week 1 block was a butterfly. So pretty. With each one, again, I tried to use more of either a chambray, and this was, I believe, a woven, and more of the dainty print. So this is week 1 block, Granny's butterfly. So stinking cute. I'm going to try to keep them flat, and I pressed them, so I'm going to try to keep them all looking good so I can take a picture of all of them before I put my quilt together. I'm so excited about that. Our week 2 block was Granny's tulips. You can't have a spring quilt without flowers. Well, I guess you can, but it wouldn't be a spring quilt for me if it didn't have flowers. So these are the two tulips, and as you can see here, this pink color on the outside, that is a chambray, and the inside was just the tilde creating memories. So here is that block. So pretty. The next block, our week 3 block, is Granny's birdhouse. So cute. I really love how this block turned out. So cute. And what I was saying about fabrics and pairing fabrics, I would have never thought to pair all of these fabrics together. If it wasn't for trying to stay and use all of the Creating Memories fabrics, I would have been diving into my stash. But because I've never sewn with tilde before, I didn't have really anything in my stash except for the chambrays and just the Creating Memories. And so I wanted to still make sure I was using all of the prints. So what I did is I divided what was the dainty prints, what were the chambray or more solid prints like the stripes, like this one's more of a stripe, not a chambray. And I decided, okay, I'm going to use all of these in my quilt, and I'm forcing myself. So sometimes I was like, oh, there's more blue over in this block. We got to do pink or green or yellow or a different block. So I really enjoyed getting to use all these fabrics that I probably would have not had originally picked if it wasn't for the fact I was trying to use all the fabrics that came within the bundle. Here is Granny's watering can. So cute. I really love this one. I'm seeing it again and I just love it. It would be so cute as well to like applique a cute little flower on that watering can. Wouldn't it be so adorable? I love that. I'm gonna knock all these pillows over. You're gonna fall anyway, aren't you? So the next one was Granny's garden tools. Love me some garden tools. It can't be spring without working in the garden. You gotta have your garden tools. I love this purple, this chambray purple, so pretty. I'm gonna have to use more purple in my collections in the future because it was so pretty. Now this one is Granny's bunny. Oh, isn't that so cute? I love that one, so cute. This is the one that I had carrot cake as the recipe. I love this one so much. This little dainty cream background all over dainty, that is my favorite print from the entire collection. So adorable. That's really what drew me to the collection. I love a cream background little dainty print, and even in my collections I love to include those, and those are usually my favorite of the entire collection. So we couldn't have a birdhouse without a bird, so this is Granny's Birdie. I think the name is Birdie, it might just be Bird, but Granny's Birdie, so pretty. I just love the fabric I used for the bird. The wing has a beautiful dainty blue print, so pretty. Love that. So you're kind of seeing how I'm alternating from the outside to the middle. So there's like an outer ring of the granny square and a middle ring. You're seeing how I'm alternating those prints versus the chambrays or the like solids. So here is our week 8 block. This one is more simple, and sometimes you just need more of a simple block, especially if you're a little behind. It's kind of refreshing to have something more simple. And I didn't want to include a whole bunch of detail in this block because I wanted it to just be as is and simple. Now in the pattern I did include a little template to add an applique flower to that basket. So if you added an applique flower, I am not, but if you did, you have to share it because it is so cute. I just love that one. And our week 9 block, which just released, is Granny's Bee. Isn't that so cute? So cute. I have never made a bunny rabbit. Well, I guess I made like a bunny head with my year of spools, but I've never done a bee. I've never designed a bee. I've never designed a bunny rabbit, or I think a birdhouse. I just only recently started designing a bird, but look how adorable that is. I just love how these quilt-alongs really stretch me to design something different that I have never done, and looking at what's already out there, designing something different. Because how many times can you design a bee block without them all looking the same? But I really love this block so much. So those are my blocks. I can't wait to take a picture. Aren't those just the most adorable blocks ever? So cute. I hope that you're having such a wonderful time if you're participating in this quilt-along. I know I am, and the rest recipes with these adorable blocks just made bringing on the spring season that much more sweet. Now, we only have 1 week left of our quilt along, and that is to put your quilt together. The finishing setting will be available soon, and I have 2 finishing options. Now, they're not completely different options. They are, one, you're adding your outside border, and I give you all the measurements, and the other one, you're stopping just short of that more inner border, and then just applying a scrappy binding. My whole plan for that was, for my quilt, I think I am going to leave off that outer border. I don't want to have to go buy more fabric, and I also feel because my quilt is so busy and the prints are so dainty, I really don't want to have to put a border on it that might take away from the blocks. So as of right now, my plan is to just use, if I can find a perfect low volume for the sashing. I have all of these leftovers that I can use too. These are my fabrics that I use. See, I didn't even use all of them. And then these are my leftover scraps. And these are my leftover chambrays. My plan is to cut the cornerstones out of my leftovers. And then I'm going to take all of my prints and cut a binding strip out of whatever I can get out of all this. I can get a decent strip here. And I am gonna leave off that outer border, I think, and I'm just gonna do a very scrappy binding. I think that would be so pretty to have the scrappy binding. It's just a subtle pop of color around that quilt, which I think won't take away from the blocks, but it also will add something special to the quilt. And I'll be able to use all of these scraps, well, most of these scraps, for my binding, and then not have to have a bunch left over, which is always a great plan. Again, that finishing setting should be available soon, depending on when this video is released. I cannot wait to see which finishing option you choose, or if you completely choose a different one. Maybe you want to put all of your blocks into a pillow instead. Now, I didn't mention this before, but the Granny's Hearts and the Christmas at Granny's were a smaller granny square, whereas the Spring at Granny's, and I did this on purpose, is a larger block. Now, I made it a larger block so I could have more detail and the pieces wouldn't be as small as they were in Christmas at Granny's. I kind of learned that those center blocks became super small in a 14.5-inch unfinished block, which is what this one is. So that's why they're just a little bit different in size. If you're just now learning about Spring at Granny's, don't worry, I will have a PDF of the full quilt along, including the recipes, the finishing, the granny square blocks, and all 9 cute spring blocks available in my shop to purchase at any time. I'll be sure to add the link in the description box below for you if you just want to check out that bundle. If you're quilting along, I hope you're having just as much fun as I am. I've really enjoyed seeing all your blocks pop up on social media. They make me so happy. Again, spring is my favorite season, and all spring colors are my favorite. So it's been so fun to see what fabrics you've pulled for your quilt, and seeing all your blocks come to life has been so much fun. Be sure to share your progress as you're finishing up your blocks, or maybe you're just starting your blocks at any time. Just share your progress using our special hashtag on social media, hashtag Spring at Granny's QAL for quilt along, so I can see. And don't forget to tag me at mysoquiltylife.com so I can definitely see, because it'll pop up in my notification. I cannot wait to finish my quilt. I hope that I can get it done fairly quickly and then send it off to my quilter, and I will have to do a big reveal video of how my quilt turned out, especially when I get that scrappy binding on. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my blocks today and learning the story behind the Granny's Hearts, the Christmas at Granny's, and Spring at Granny's. Now, I don't have any plans to do another granny quilt along anytime soon, but if you have ideas for me that you think would be a great granny quilt along, kind of like Christmas at Granny's and Spring at Granny's, be sure to post it in the comments below. I would love to hear what you think would be cute. That would be so much fun. I just enjoy these, and I think it would be so fun to continue on one, maybe once or twice a year. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.